This is Frank Allen from The Searchers.
Hi, John McNally, The Searchers.
And this is Why This Song.
This song is very important. I've loved Potion Number 9.
Hi, it is Chelsea here once again at Run Out Groove Records for the latest episode of Why This Song. I cannot wait to share the why about a love song with an exotic romantic formula. It's a special concoction of lyrics and melody, made it a huge hit when it was covered by the legendary British invasion group, The Searchers. I have two original members of the band to help me tell the story. We're all here to find out, why did a song magically appear in the first place? Why did this song become a hit in the US and not so much in the UK? And why is it still loved and a classic today? The song I'm conjuring up is Love Potion Number 9.
I took my troubles down to Madame Rue. You know that gypsy with the gold cap too. She's got a pad down a petticoat and vine, selling little bottles of Love Potion Number 9.
Love Potion Number 9 is about a man seeking help to find true love way before the invention of personal ads or dating apps.
I told her that I was a flop with chicks. I've been this way since 1956. She looked at my palm and she made a magic sign. She said, what you need is Love Potion Number 9.
Yes, so here we are, Liverpool Wall of Fame. Every band that existed in the 60s are on this wall. I think ours is there somewhere. The foundation of The Searchers was about late 50s into the early 60s. We started really as school friends. Tony Jackson, Chris Curtis, Mike Pender and myself, John McNally. So our school days were basically practicing skiffle and basically doing things that kids with guitars were doing at that day in Liverpool. And of course the Beatles, Jenny and the Pacemakers, Swinging Blue Jeans. So in the early days we were covering many tracks by American artists, and we learned from all the imports that the seafarers were bringing into Liverpool.
The story of Love Potion Number 9 is that for us it was just an album track. It was on the very first Searchers album, Meet the Searchers. It was written by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller, who were two of the very best rock and roll writers of the time. But over here in England, from that great decade known as the 60s, we had, gosh, so many hits. We had Sweets for My Sweet, Sugar and Spice, Needles and Pins, Don't Throw Your Love Away, Someday We're Gonna Love Again, When You Walk in the Room, and it goes on and on. We had a great time. We had a magical career.
And now we bring sweets for my sweet, and sugar for my honey. Your first sweet kiss thrills me so. Sugar and spice and all things nice. You know that little girl is mine. Just how to say please, and get down on her knees. Yeah, that's how it begins. Shoot through those needles of pins.
Love Potion Number 9, and it was found when we were at the Star Club Hamburg in the early 62. Chris and I were walking through the Reeperbahn and Grocery Freiheit, and we went to a record shop and we found this 45, which was the Clovers Love Potion Number 9. We learned it on the same day we found it, and basically we didn't all agree on the song, but we did it anyway because we tried it in the act and worked, and it's been in the act for 60 odd years.
Behind the scenes of The Searchers sound was producer Tony Hatch, known for his lush productions for Petula Clark.
Tony Hatch was a great musician and a producer, but he was also a songwriter, and all the time he was recording hits with Petula Clark. But because we as a band, or mainly Chris Curtis, who had a great musical knowledge, because we were in charge and we had our pulse on what was happening at the time, Tony's role really was to stand back, be objective about it, and just guide us when he thought we weren't heading the right direction, or where we wanted some musical knowledge that he had and we didn't.
She bent down and turned around and gave me a wink. Said I'm gonna make it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine and looked like Indian ink. I held my nose, I closed my eyes, I took a drink.
You only got 4 hours to complete a song and you were out the door.
What we did in England was try to copy the original versions as closely as we could, but of course you can't because you're not that person. So there is an organic quality that comes out with your British accent, your British looks, and the British styling. So it's not an intentional move to sound different to the Clovers. It's just the accidents that happen when you do try to copy, and it's no cleverer than that.
Love Potion number 9 was on the Searchers' first album, and the song featured their signature jangly guitar sound.
You aren't taken seriously if you aren't writing all your own songs. Obviously, the Beatles changed the situation for everyone. They showed that bands could write their own songs.
The song was written in 1959 by the Brill Building duo Jerry Leiber and Mike Stoller, who had a career of 70 chart hits, including Hound Dog and Jailhouse Rock by Elvis Presley, On Broadway by the Drifters, and Spanish Harlem by Ben E. King. Love Potion number 9 was first recorded by the Clovers, who took it to number 23 on both the US pop and R&B charts that year.
Back then, the Brill Building in particular, just off Broadway, had these teams of songwriters, mostly duos of songwriters, who wrote songs from morning to night. Some of them were successful, some of them weren't, but they were just exercises in craftsmanship of how people write songs. They were like novelists. To write a song like Leiber and Stoller, they would create a little vignette, a story in song, 3-minute song, just the way someone would write a novel. And they wrote Love Potion number 9 about this guy whose libido was fading pretty fast, so he went down to to see the local gypsy who gave him a potion which set him off.
I didn't know if it was day or night. I started kissing everything inside.
He was all sort of out to hump everything that he could come across. Ended up kissing the cop down on 34th and Vine, and that was their little 3-minute story.
But when I kissed the cop down on 34th and Vine, he broke my little bottle of Love Potion number 9.
Most Americans had never heard of it, so I suppose we were really handing back American music to them.
Unlike other tracks by the Searchers, Love Potion number 9 never became massive in their native UK.
This track that was just a track on the first album got noticed by, I assume, some executive on the American label, which I think was Cap Records, and they put it out at the end of '64, and suddenly out of the blue we got our biggest hit ever in the States. I don't think it helped us too much because we'd already done a tour earlier that year and we weren't due to do another one till mid-65, and we just thought, oh, very nice, US hit. We were having bigger hits in England though, so well, it's always nice to have a hit anywhere, and it did open up the States a little bit to us.
Love Potion number 9. Love Potion number 9. Love Potion number 9.
The truth is that I have no idea why the American public went for Love Potion number 9. As to why it happens like that, I don't know. It must be just either the way a different country thinks about things, or perhaps it was something that we'd missed when we were releasing singles in England. But as we didn't put it out as a single, we're never going to know, really.
The Searchers' version of Love Potion number 9 made it to number 3 on the US Hot 100 during the winter of 1965.
I'll tell you why Love Potion was good. I think it was the band at the time. We were popular and we were well liked, and with a good song you can't go wrong.
I don't think it's a matter of caring about the song so much. It's the memories that it brings back. If you think of any of those songs that we had success with, when people think of those, they think back to the time when they were 17, 18, or maybe even younger, and there's a great feeling of warmth and comfort and regret that life isn't like that anymore.
The Searchers played their very last gig ever this year at the legendary Glastonbury Festival in the UK.
I'm still on a high from Glastonbury because we did not know what to expect. We'd done 3 final tours, and I remember I was saying we can't do any more unless someone offers us something so big that we couldn't turn it down. And they offered Glastonbury, so we accepted, and then we were worried how we were going to go down at Glastonbury. Well, the day was epic. We played virtually every song we ever could from our catalogue. We had a packed, absolutely jam-packed audience who sang their hearts out from beginning to end.
You'll get me emotional there because John, my son, will always get up with his Rubbage of Love Potion because it's his favourite song.
And it was fascinating because he is so like his dad. It was like seeing John McNally now and also seeing John McNally on stage with us as he was about 30 years ago. And I was so happy we'd do that because John Jr. is such a great guy, and I knew he would love to have played at Glastonbury, so I'm glad we were able to let him do that. It was fantastic.
I love that we had John and Frank from The Searchers to tell us why Love Potion No. 9 became their biggest hit, at least in the US. Now, if only there really was a Love Potion No. 9, but I'll save that for another show. To make sure you don't miss the next episodes of Why This Song, be sure to follow us and like us on all your social media. I'm Chelsea Briggs. Thanks for watching.
She's got a pad down a very important vine, selling little bottles of Love Potion No.